This is a unique graphite paint pan set from Derwent. It's cute, compact, and comes with a mini water brush and a sponge. Since it's so small, I can see this being really ideal for painting on the go. There are 12 colors in total, and although they may look rather dark and gray, they turn out much brighter on paper. I used it just a few times before, but I want to test them again and see how good they'll look on portrait drawings. So what is this palette made of? According to the main website, it says it contains a unique blend of graphite with a hint of color to create subtle, muted color with a graphite sheen. So basically, it's a pencil paint that can be reactivated with water. The website also mentions perfect for urban sketching and landscape art. This is clearly not what I'm demonstrating, but let's hope it goes well. As you can see, I've painted the background first. I picked this cool gray color, but I noticed how it's difficult to reactivate the graphite, and you can see the streaks I've made. I wasn't able to blend those out. Now I'm painting her skin with the yellow graphite color and starting with the areas that have shadows. I'm putting in a lot of color there and spreading it with water so it can lighten and provide color to the rest of the model. What I'm trying to say is I'm using the wet on wet technique you do with watercolor. Then I'm going to add blush to her cheek and temples, and I chose this orange light graphite. I think this looks well together with the yellowish skin tone. Using that same orange color, I'm adding it to the shadows around her neck and outlining her eyes. I want to keep this consistent throughout the model's skin. And now I picked this beautiful dark purple for her clothes. She is wearing a lovely satin dress, and since it's a darker color, I have to make sure to keep a strong contrast between the shadows and the brightness to portray this type of clothing material. Okay, it's the morning now, so you'll notice the change in the lighting. Just covering her hair with a dark gray color and trying to be mindful of not adding streaks and just focusing on filling it in. And look at how beautiful the graphite shimmers on the palette. I really like this extra touch. Great job, Derwent. I think you can kind of see the shimmer on the paper as I'm brushing it on, but it's very, very subtle. As I'm painting her hair, I'm trying to be very careful not to paint over her face, but oops, looks like I just did. But this is a great opportunity to test if the graphite is erasable. I'm rubbing hard against the paper with my eraser pen, but I can still see the paint. It just looks more transparent. Maybe it's because of that added hint of color to the formula, but they don't say what the color is made out of. Now I'm trying to detail the hair, and I love using the angled brush to make weighted wavy strands. When holding it the right way, I can make ribbon-like strokes. So here is the halfway point. The painting is looking more cohesive, but the darkest parts seem to have gotten lighter. It seems that as the paint dries, the color will lighten. So I'm going to go in with some watercolor and colored pencils. Right now, I'm layering her hair with dark brown watercolor. It's helping to give more life to the painting. There's actually no brown colored graphite in the set, but I'm sure it can be made if you mix the primaries or complementaries together. And now I'm going over her eyes, nose, and lips with colored pencil to darken those areas and to ensure I have complete control and precision on the strokes. I chose a reddish brown color that sort of matches with her blush. Using the same colored pencil, I'm adding more shading throughout the model. I kind of don't like how it looks dark and scratchy on her arm, but I guess it'll have to do. I mean, it adds some more stylization, right? I'm painting the background again, but this time with the reddish graphite color. I thought it was looking too flat. I do like how beautifully the colors layer on top of each other since the paint is so transparent. Last step for this piece is painting her sparkly earring. I knew it would be difficult painting around the earring, so I decided to paint over it with acrylic markers. To make it look sparkly, I added a lot of tiny blue dots and eventually some white dots on top. And the portrait painting is finished. I love how it turned out. I kept true to the reference photo, which was very minimalistic. Overall, this is a set of paint with very beautiful colors that can be mixed to make even more. The micro sparkles are a plus, but they are very hard to see unless you shine it against a bright light. One downside is that it doesn't seem to get dark enough on the paper for my liking. I could be adding too much water, or I might have needed to layer it more. I feel like I had to use other mediums on this painting to enhance it, but the description on their website does say it's ideal for mixed media work, so they kind of understand too. I still like this palette. It's portable. I love the simple and compact design of the product, and I'm looking forward to using it more. That's all I have for this review, so thanks for watching.